Here out of position. We have top pair. I wonder if we want to, I think we can check call and then go bet if it checks through. Hands that he might bet with, King X, one spade hands, like Queen of Spades, Ace of Spades. I think we can call one more time. Might even do this with just like a jack. And no, I don't see him. Yeah, king as well. Here we open. I don't hate actually going for check raise here. Seems pretty decent. Checks. When he checks back, I think we can just like overbet. I don't think he's going to be checking enough Queen X on flop. Here, I think with the Jack 7 to the min, we just have such a good price to call. Just right, min, open on button. Just got some notes on these players right away. Here we got player 6 being a short stack, probably fish. Just gonna check the Jack 7. Don't really have any good equity. Our hand is still kind of shit, I think. I think it's gonna be a river bet. If this checks through, these guys could check some 8x, some 4x stuff that will never fold. And yeah, on the riv now, I think we can just bet like a half pot. We could bet like an 8, a 4, pocket 5s, pocket 6s, just getting like ace highs, king highs to fold pretty much. Don't expect like a pair to fold really from either of these guys. That's all right. He calls a 4. I wonder what Buddy called here, if he had like dookies or a king high or just ace high himself, probably. We can fold here. Works for. Just gonna raise pretty, yeah, make it that. I think 10s is just gonna be a cold call here. Here, I think our hand is certainly okay to check. Could also check call this hand pretty well, actually. And then once it checks through, we might be able to go bet, which I actually like. So I definitely don't hate just checking. And yeah, when he bets this size, pretty easy call. Here, but he would check jacks. I think these guys could actually have some Queen X. So I don't really like betting the 10s. Against 2 other guys, limp call. I think we check, and then maybe we can just play accordingly now. Seeing what they do. And here, yeah, we're just gonna check back this. Like king 9, king 10, they just bet $2. I honestly am really wanting to discount king X from his range here, and I don't know. Here, I think like the jack, he might have jacks here, and he'd check maybe twice. But 10s is doing pretty good here, and these guys might not fold a pair, and we need some protection. So I think a half pot seems pretty good. Here, I don't think we're gonna raise still. Could maybe be betting some shitty king X like this. I don't hate like a $5 like lead if he's always going to be checking back a queen or like 9s or a river 10 or something like that. I don't hate doing this, actually. And if he raises, we can call. Oh, we would have stacked him if we would have let. I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. Ace King, eh? He was betting at Ace King that week. I mean, now we know fish. Fish, limp, call Ace King. This I think we can do. This we're gonna open. Fish, limp, call Ace King pre, then bet tiny on King, Queen, 8, flush draw. Yeah, and now here I think we're just gonna maybe just go like this, like the classic. We can call a raise. We don't really, we can keep ranges wider here by betting smaller and then get more fold on turn. I think we're just gonna check the tens. We bank a nice little card. King's pretty great for us. Rainbow. I think we're just gonna go pretty big here and make sure a 7 and 8 folds pretty much. Yeah, I like this. I'm gonna fold the Queen 10, and here, yeah, I don't think fire. We hit our donkey. Here, I'm just gonna call to the big open, I think. Anyway, here, Buddy's not gonna fold an ace. I think we can just bet like 10 bones and give him a good something big, yeah. And then now here, we're gonna just call this one, yes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He might not fold a pair. He's probably not folding a set. Is he gonna raise this? I think we can go something like something pretty big like that. I wonder if we can just, like, if we're trying to, yeah, I don't know, like, if he's always going to be calling I think I like just the big bet here that we went, and then giving him but yeah, so like when I bet pretty big here, and then yeah, it's like if he's just gonna be calling, I guess what, like just gotta bet a third here. Yeah, maybe just betting like if he's always gonna be folding one pairs, and if we're going like $8 and he's always calling, but I don't know, maybe just like a half pot. It's a little big. Checking this now. This is pretty sweet. All ace-x chopping, so I can actually think. Hey, how many king? Okay, what king x does he have in his range? Does he call worse hands? He could have some jack 10. Does he call a worse hand? He has like king jack and king 10. Certainly a few combos. Does he call like an ace x? I think I can go like this, just raise, and here he's just a fish, like king 9, yeah. We really did it to ourselves here. King 10, king jack. I guess those split though. What am I saying? Fuck. Because of the ace and the queen. Oops. Here, buddy, that leads out for full pot. So let's mark him as a fish. He called king high on the flop. That is, let's see, yeah, buddy's limp call. What do you call limp? Limp call. King 6 off, pre in light MP, and floats flop on ace queen, whatever, 5 or some shit. This guy's a fucking big fish. All right, and then we had this guy. What did he do? He it was like limp call pre and then lead full pot on like 4-7-7. King seven's an open from MP, and this guy's a fish, so definitely opening it. Three is just going to end up going into a pretty much a check and be done with the hand range. Here, I think we can bet a third. Our seven's pretty good. We're going to have better sevens than some of theirs. They're going to have club draws. They're going to have like, 8, 9, 9, 10. I think I don't mind going a third again. And then actually, now we can actually just check and win, I think, a decent amount. Seems pretty good. So this guy's, wow. This guy's a big fish, and he's got money, which is sweet. I'm just going to make the aces bigger against this guy. Pretty cool here. I think we can just bet something like this, and he might raise us. This guy's a fish. So there's some queen jack in these guys' ranges. This is a pretty great card. I might just pot it here. If he has a 9, yeah, he calls like really light. We're just going to go ham kind of here. I think I'm just going to pot it against these fish. Having a pretty great hand. Here, I'm just going to bet to see next thing for 1/3. Obviously pretty shit. We can check here and hope the board pairs. Calling this hand in small blind. Yeah, we're just going to be checking here and hoping the board pairs pretty much. Yeah, shit, run out, whatever. I wonder if we can just 1/3 here. I think so. Here, check raising. Ugh, I don't like it. I'm just going to fold when he bets that big into 2 people. We can actually have some showdown value here with the ace high. We can check. He's going to have like 5, 8, fucking 3, 5, 8, 9, jack 8, jack 9. Definitely have some 7x. We're blocking a couple bluffs for sure, like 5, 6. And any like 6, 8, or there's definitely a lot of bluffs out there. How is our hand to be bluff catching? It's pretty close. I think we're just gonna give that one up. I think these guys probably just aren't bluffing that much. Here we're going to check our king. Buddy's a fish. He snap checks back, and we know he calls light. So when he snap checks, I honestly don't hate betting like twice for half or something like that. Or like small and small twice. And I don't hate like a small-ish bet. He'll raise his kings. He might randomly bluff raise. We're gonna milk some parts of his range. If he's never folding an ace though, so maybe I can just still go like something like this, and we're gonna end up getting a lot of money in versus a king anyway. And I feel like he probably just won't end up bluffing that much there. When I don't know, like I probably just start bluffing my queen jack, queen 10, 10 jack right away. So yeah, maybe it's even a smaller bet. Really tempting, but not gonna do it to just fucking raise an ISO buddy. You know what? This guy's a massive fish, and I maybe should, but our particular hand's kind of Here, I'm just gonna call the 8s on the button. Pretty decent for us, kind of. Like, no ace or king or queen. What hands would he bet have pot with maybe right away? Any jack X, like queens, kings, aces, what bluffs? Maybe like an ace 4, ace deuce, like a 6, 7 suited. You know, maybe some like 9-10 high. We're gonna call. Jacks actually, like ace. He could have a bunch of jacks being looking like a fish from this spot. Does he just check his like kings, queens, aces? I don't know. Could have some maybe. So he goes like this size. Close, I think, between. I think all of his overpairs might just be checking. I think I'm gonna. I'm. It's really close. I think we might call one more time. This is kind of actually like at the top-ish of our range here, and this is. I mean, obviously, like pretty great. Um, if he checks, I might just jam, and he might not fold like queens, kings, aces. Honestly. Fire. Hopefully he doesn't have pocket jacks himself. Yeah. He's calling. I think close. You can check call this. Well, we had a pretty good one going so far, and then our fucking extension cord that's plugged into the wall, I kind of nudged it with my foot and it fell right out. So we're gonna resume now. I think luckily we weren't in really any big hands. So yeah, but been feeling pretty good so far. I think we've been taking maximum time without betting too quickly. Um, we had those big fish marked, and we're on some good tables. Oh no! All right, we're back. Looks like we got a couple shorties. Shorty, half stacky. Clearly Jankfish. You had a fucking good hand. Wow. Jankfish, questions marks. Don't know yet. Maybe that was a fire play. Player 6 here. Looks like he's a shorty. Just gonna bet small for protection. Just get a lot of shit out of there. For tens feels like a pretty perfect check. This feels like a fold. This feels like a raise. This feels like a raise. This feels like a check it again. Then we can maybe bet river and get him to call worst pair ace high. This here feels like a 1/3. And now it feels like a bet, like something like this. And this one feels like, ugh. I think we have to send. If he's ever calling like pocket fives, 4-5, 5-6, 7, stuff like that, we're just gonna have to send on this ace. He has like some like ace here. I think we call this 3-bet. Here I think we just check. Yeah, we got to follow through on that ace. Like I mentioned, all those hands that might still call again on any flush draws, maybe like, I guess we're beating some, but yeah, like pair plus gutter stuff, pair plus flush draw stuff that we now will fold out on Riv. Here, just going to fold this. Here, close. I think we can raise up like this, and then if this guy goes all in, we can call. This makes it fucked up if he goes all in this guy. Yeah. His overcall range, he's definitely going to have maybe hands like 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, suited broadways. Our particular hand really just feels like one that should go into check fold. This board is pretty juicy and interacts with his range quite well. We're just going to bet and then get raised or whatever. And Gotchi's going to... yeah, and here, I mean, I still don't like it. We can bluff river maybe if he checks again here. Here, I'm just going to get out of there. Here, I'm going to fold even to this. Yeah, king jack off, not going to be a call there. In the big blind, we maybe call it a small blind, I think. I think we can make this a little smaller. This guy ends up tagging along a lot here, I think. Well, top pair. I mean, so 7-9, pocket 5s, 5-6, like a 4-7. Oh, we have the ace of diamonds. Pretty good card to have, I think, in this situation. Feels like a spot where we can honestly just go something like this. And this guy's never going to like fold. We can just make it a good old or something like this. Yeah. And then just jam it up on turn. We have a pretty... So I think we can actually discount some 2 pairs and maybe better hands from this guy. And he's a big fish. I honestly don't hate raising again. So something like this. I'd be down to like pretty much go all in against this guy, I think. Who's a big jank fish. Didn't re-raise, so like 2 pairs a little discounted. He can have worse 8s that he'll never like, do whatever with. So yeah, I like it. And we have that backdoor flush equity, which is pretty neat as well. And yeah, just raising to get him out of there and get value from worse still is pretty good, I believe. We open, he calls. He's probably never folding an ace, and we might be able to just size up right away, honestly. Or let's just go this for the 1 and then start ripping after. I think here we're just going to do the king jack thing. The set still, if he's got ace x 2 pair, never folding. I think just going something like this seems pretty good. Fold that, fold that. He's got like ace 10 turned. Maybe he has ace x of spades. Ace jack, ace 7 probably won't fold. And this is pretty cool. I mean, I can have some bluffs. He knows that ace x are chopping a lot. Will he ever bet a worse ace? No. Will he call one a lot? Probably. For something like this, I think we can. And I think I bet flop. And I think I can just go like this here. I think I go like that there. Acted a little quick here, but yeah, I maybe could go even, honestly, even bigger, just going full pot. I'm just going to bet this for protection. He had an 8. Interesting, cool. I mean, yeah, like, was Def thinking, I guess he definitely has those 8s in his range, so maybe targeting like all the ace x, I guess like if he ever has a straight or something like that, I don't know, but yeah, maybe just going like closer to full pot. Maybe taking more time. Yeah, here I think where our hand's just going to be ahead of like his deuces through 7s. He's gonna have worse 8x. I don't see him having many queens. And I'm not gonna bet Riv though. And I'm getting value from some worse still by betting small. The board's pretty dry, and I can have some turn bluffs. Do I value bet this here? And then check Riv. Maybe. Yeah, now we get to just check and beat a bunch of like those exactly in a small blind call range. A lot of those. And when I bet that small, yeah, like I think he's never calling those a third time on river though, so I think it's fine to just get that street in there on the turn, betting small, and then I can maybe even go one click more at 1/3, and then yeah. Cool. We got a gutter plus backdoor flush draw. We're gonna go bet a 40% bet here. Here we're gonna call this. Board's pretty good for him. We hit the gutter fire. I think that he probably still just doesn't fold an ace-x for any bet. Hand like pocket fours, pocket fives, 4-5, or sorry, 5-6 or something like that might not fold either. And I think we just here, this is kind of interesting right away. I'm just gonna fold this one, call this one, nothing to do other than call. We could have some turn flush draws. We're just trying to max the value. And yeah, he calls. Pretty brick river. Here we're gonna tuck this. Here we're gonna check that back. And he might not fold like ace 10, ace jack, something like that. And I think we just are wanting to go pretty big here. That. Just gonna fold the deuce 3. Now Buddy bets, checks back, and you could bet maybe some like king 10, or shittier kings, and then check, and then now what does he call that's worse? I think we just bet something like 3 bones. Some of our bluffs get there. He might just call a queen though, or like a 9. Seems all right. Don't know about whether this guy's a fish or not, so I'm just going to the big size. I'm just gonna fold. Honestly, I'm checking this hand. The kings here going to just go pretty big, or yeah, the 2 clicks over. Pull this. This guy's a fish. We have a middle pair. We're out of position. I don't think I want to fold just yet. I call one time. This spot, definitely don't hate just doing this and folding if this guy goes all in. Checking this to hope to show down a win, or just call here. I think we can do this. Here, what do we want to do? Probably just jam. When both these guys call, take it down pre. Folding this. I think it's just a little too weak to call, buddy, here. Anyway, yeah, fish here, he'll have any like 7, 8, 8, 9, 7, 9, king, jack, king, queen, all this shit. He bets out for full pot. What kind of hands does he have incentive? Like we seen earlier, maybe a bluff, so like a 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 7, king, queen, king, jack, queen, jack. Hands, I'm not gonna fold just yet. But yeah, maybe like a ace 10, ace 6, 10, 6. He mashes it again really quickly. 5 doesn't change shit. This guy's a jank fish calling a boatload of hands. Call twice, and he might give up riv. And now we have, so now we're just ace 10, pocket 6s is kind of what we're losing to. He might have bet twice, give up. I don't think I can fold this to a jank fish, honestly, when he can still have like maybe like king, queen, queen, jack. When I look so strong, though, if he can have ace 6s being worse or 10, 6, I don't think I can fold him. He's a jank fish. I don't know if I can fold 2 pair here. And if he's overplaying ace king or ace queen, yeah, he had ace 10. Jank fish. I don't know if I'm getting away from that one. I've got him marked as jank fish. I mean, he's calling ace 10 small blind, limping, or like calling all these hands and then doing that. So, right, it's like, what hands am I losing to? Pocket 6s and ace 10. And yeah, I guess maybe like 10s. But for that, when it's that narrow and there's a bunch of bluffs, I'm pretty sure I just can't really fold there. I think I fucked up this one. I like check. I may have to go for a river bluff. I should have c-bet. I got a little play fast because of this table. But yeah, I don't know. I think when he's repping that narrow, and then it seems like there's a bunch of bluffs, and we've been seeing lately with these guys in the small blind, at least in Nate's video, like just kind of like jankly fish guy leading out, and it just can be some random stuff. And when it's just pretty much like ace 10, pocket 6s, and 10, 6, and then by the riv we're actually like beating 10, 6. This guy's a big fish. I don't like. Do I call ace deuce here? To the big open size, probably not when he just doesn't seem to be raising lots. But so yeah, I don't hate it. I think we listed all the reasons about why we think we can end up calling there on the riv, and it's probably okay. Like, for all those reasons, his 8, 7 getting, or like his straight getting there, but yeah, yeah, like what's only 7, 9 gets there, and that's not even like all the way. I don't know, so it's close. We are beating. Yeah, if he's got like 10, 6 or 2 pair worse, or like overplaying some sort of ace king, ace queen, or something like that, combined with all the bluffs. And so yeah, we also beat ace 6. So ace 6, 10, 6 being worse. Yeah, like I think we just end up hitting the 2 pair on the riv and kind of got a call. Would he ever be overplaying ace king or ace queen like that? No. I'm like, does he continue following through with his bluffs? But the fact that we're beating a couple two pairs now is another factor that I think leans us towards making the call. And not having blocked any king, queen, queen, jack, jack, queen. Here we can 3-bet this. We haven't 3-bet yet in 25 hands, so let's get it going. Just go into 2 clicks, pot 2 clicks, out of position. The ace king hand, I think I'm okay with once we get 3-bet just, and then the gun guy overcalls, just jamming. Like we're maxing, just taking down the pot right away. Yeah, just send it and let somebody call with like fucking, I don't know, ace queen or 10s or 9s or something, and we're doing like not that bad. And if we're getting those to fold, that's pretty great too. So here I'm just gonna bet a third. Range bet. Buddy is going to have like pocket pairs, suited connectors, suited gappers, suited broadways calling. What hands does he honestly raise here? Maybe that he'll have in his range, perhaps like an ace 4, ace 5, 4, 5, 5, 6 suited. For value, deuces, 3s. Does he have like, I mean, we were blocking his king, all of his suited king, deuce, king 3s. So definitely kind of sketch. This card bricks pretty hard. Doesn't change like anything at all that would raise. So this is getting pretty nasty, actually. We're blocking some of the ace X backdoor flush, like ace 4, ace 5 that would raise. Not blocking those still 4, 5 or 5, 6. And then I'll have the other like clubs and heart ones, and I think he'll likely give up river a lot, and this actually blocks his fucking value so hard. I bet third on flop. Like he could. Ugh, this is pretty nasty actually. Like, is he just gonna have quad 3s or pocket dookies? No. When he checks like this, it's gross to get check jam, but just answering a phone call. Hello. Hey. Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, Mike could only make it, I think, to the second game's at 3 o'clock, eh? And just for the one, okay, that's fine. All right, okay, bye. Okay, what size makes sense here? He's just gonna have a bunch of bluffs. What his shit trap and whatever, like, probably not. Does he have worse king X? Do I even bet is the question. I think I do, and then fold to raise. I think I called this. Fold this. 3-bet this. Even to the big open size. Oh, yeah, I guess when this guy had limped, yeah, like, this is all right. Actually, maybe just a call. I thought we were in the small blind, not the big blind, because of Buddy's 50 cents here. Folding this. Here, gonna, I think, call or raise. We've been raising lots. We can just call maybe behind. Here, I don't hate just, like, going, like, yeah, maybe the 5 bones. Classic, kind of a little bit more. Nice, we took her down. Ace 4. This is already kind of gross. We have the backdoor hearts. He could have some club bluffs or some one street, just big bets, and then give ups. And with this guy, it kind of sucks too, but we're still just going to call once. And now we're probably just going to give up if he bets again here. Yeah, we can just check now, and the flush gets there, and I don't see us beating much for this price. Do we even call a bet? Honest. maybe he. I think for the price, if he's just randomly jankly ever betting like 6-7 or 7-8 or something like that, he's probably just gonna have a better ace or a flush like that. Something a lot. Here we're just gonna squeeze with the jacks. Yeah, for the price there, we just got to call. Don't know if we can fold flop for the first bet. And then, yeah, just kind of for the price against the fish, if he's doing some kind of random shit, maybe he's got same hand some percent of the time, like ace 4, ace 3 or something like that we're chopping with. If all the other cards on the board are higher, so yeah. Opening the queens. I think in these positions I'm actually just calling queens. Yeah. It's gonna have like ace king, ace jacks, or maybe suited broadways. He checks back on this dry board, so he could actually have jacks, maybe like ace jack, ace queen. He could check back a trap like kings or tens, or some like I guess like king jack might. I don't know if I like going for bet rather than just checking here and then actually just getting one fat street on Riv. Yeah, and here I think he's just gonna have jacks or like a 10x, or maybe even like nines once here. And I think I'm just gonna go for one fat street. Pretty much seems like a good play here. With the 2 pair, you might not fold ace x. You could have some like pair plus gutter stuff. Anyway, yeah, here I'm just going to go for the one big street. Here I'm just going to pot it. A lot of worse hands that are going to call that we're beating that. Oh, same hand. Look at that. Should we give him the old nice hand? Yeah, like some percent of the time he might do the check back the tens or the kings trap. So I don't hate just going for the one fat street on Riv, or being able to check call turn, maybe check call Riv because the flush draw got turn flush draws there, whatever. 8-10 from MP. Jank fish guy here. I don't know. I think I'm still just although this guy's only played like one hand out of 26 hands. Is that correct? I should maybe be opening then in that case. He's folding like all the time. Yeah, if that's true, then I should have opened that one. This one's just going to be a fold. pretty sure this is going to be a call. This is going to be a fold. So he checks, and we get this card. Check, like, he may check like 9s, 8x, like pocket like 5s or 6s, a 4-5 or something like that. So, and yeah, I think there's just a lot of hands that might not fold to even a pretty big bet. So I'm just gonna go like pretty big, like that. 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. So yeah, 6x gets there, Jack X gets there, which I think both these guys will have in their range. I think so. Like a 10 Jack or 8 Jack or 7 Jack somehow, like, or Queen Jack or King Jack. Like, these guys will have a bunch of that shit. I'm just gonna check and hope to win. Here, I don't check calling or check raising, actually, maybe. Check raise with the spade backdoor and the open ender, and he might be overstabbing here. Yeah, this seems like actually a pretty cool spot. Yeah. We have a hand to do it. And on the spade or we're just gonna keep going with it. Oh, we river some showdown value. I'm gonna show her down, I think. We're blocking some of the spades that he calls with. He should just be checking, no? Unless he has a 10. Fucking jams are down our throat. What? Come on. Wow. I mean, we're definitely not calling, but yeah, interesting. Is he gonna have the flush draw that he jams? Nah. If he had like a pair, he just check. I think he probably just has like a fucking 10 there. I like the play though. On the spade, on the, we can make it straight. We're getting some, I think I probably actually, I went too small, I think. Maybe not. Too kind of small on the turn. I really want to get the folds from those hands. Like going like $13 here. Yeah, gotta go bigger, I think. Or like 13 or 15, and then just being able to kind of realize like he hasn't, if he's got like a fucking 4, like a 6, A6 or A7, like he's not calling those again here. So just going like $13, I think. Although if we think that those are going to fold for that $10 anyway, it's pretty good. If he's like going to always call with the pair plus gutter, or just the pair plus gutter or open ender hands, like to any of those prices, but then also just like the one pairs that don't have that are going to fold to 10 bones, and maybe it's okay. But yeah, I think going like 12 or 13 is going to be a little bit better there. I think our particular hand was a pretty good one to be going for. Anyway, yeah, here, a lot of stuff going on. I think these guys probably aren't folding to even a bigger size bet. I think we're just going to go like that. Hands like, 8, 9, 9, 10, Jack 10, Queen Jack, 7, 8, fucking, yeah, Queen 10. Like a lot of hands that we're just getting value from right away by going bigger. Our hand's a pretty good one. I like the line we took with the King 8. People are probably just betting a lot with their hands on that board, so I think we have a pretty. Yeah, I would have liked a bigger bet on the turn, and then when we get the showdown value and we're beating like a random like 7x or a 6x. then we can just take the showdown value. I'm so tempted to, yeah, that's just a shit hand though. Here we can just call to the 1/4 bet. Check back now. He checks, and if he has like a queen X or a jack X, he might not fold. Some of my shit gets there. I'm just gonna bet something like half pot. Here, I don't hate just sizing up a bit. Or we can just go 40p. Let's just size her up. We have really good equity. Gonna be calling this 3-bet with the 8s. I think we just call with this. We're still beating some like 7-8. This card's good for us though, and can we ever get a fold from like a 5x or a 6x? We're still beating like Is our 8 of diamonds going to be any good? What kind of hands do you have here that... Okay, wait. So are we going to get folds? Are we just beating some stuff we can actually show down and win sometimes? I would have liked... Yeah, we can... Now I don't see us beating that much. Could have like 7s, 8s, 9s. That may be all. King Deuce, he raised it. Should have... I really wanted to bet turn. I maybe should have... Here with the 8 of diamonds, do we have to call for half pot? I don't think so. The fact that he's gonna have a bunch of flush draws that, like, if he has like, yeah, the pocket 3s, the pocket 4s, the fucking a 5 or a 6, and on this queen, that's pretty good for us, and we bet like $8, like we're gonna get folds from all those, and then his like flush draws that still maybe don't fold, we're gonna like fuck him up pretty hard. So I definitely wouldn't have minded a raise because he might min rate. Yeah, I just felt like we were already actually beating some stuff, so like checking maybe made some sense, and checking back some nut flush draws and then being able to like funk him up on river. Checking back this worst ace probably twice, and then going for it on riv. I'm gonna go for the last check raise. And I'll fold if he 3-bets. Maybe he just bets like a river jack, and I might be able to get him. Another way to do it is when he checks back, I just probably go bet. And he might just call a pair because I could have some shit. He checked. He decided not to even bluff. Wow, what a coward. Against fish, I think we just size up. We could go for a big check raise. He doesn't like to bet or bluff, though, so I think he'll just call us down. Yeah, I would like to bet maybe, but having the shittiest ace is like pretty. Yeah, and this one, I think on the queen, which is pretty good for me. Is it though? Like, I guess I bet call ace queen or king queen. I don't know. Yeah. Here, Buddy's been 3-betting a lot. Does that mean we start calling like a 7-9 suited here? He made it fucking huge. Seems a little bit weak. A little bit deeper though. Yeah. It's just a bit weak. Yo, what's up? Yo. Hey. Nothing, just playing a little poker. What are you up to? What's that? I'm playing poker, not pool. Oh, I'm playing. Lately it's been a little bit less. I mean, it used to be maybe more like, from like 4 to 6 or something like that of actual playing. But lately I've been doing kind of a little more like off table, like more theory stuff. So it's been like that lately. Yeah. What are you up to? Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, I won't forget it. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Um, I'm no, like tomorrow I'm playing in a charity hockey tournament. Um, so I think yeah, I'm just like gonna come back to the falls tomorrow morning. Um, and it's through the Ice Dogs, I think, and my dad's like work BMW is playing in it, and then I think actually Melissa's gonna come with me, and she's gonna like watch the games all day, and then yeah, we're gonna be hanging around the falls tomorrow night. So there's like playoff hockey, but yeah, I'm like down. Like we'll probably be down to go to like Hoolies or Hoops or something like that, and watch some playoff hockey. If if you're down, like meet up for that, it would be pretty cool. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Yeah, cool. I think yeah, George said he's working too. I mean, I'm sure. Like, I think he's working. Whatever, all you guys probably working. But yeah, if afterwards, doesn't have to be for long. Or you don't even have to drink. Just like come say hi for a minute because I think we're probably gonna be coming back Sunday early-ish. So, uh, but yeah, no worries. What's that? Did they like her? Yeah, yeah. Uh, no, no, yeah, they definitely liked her a lot. And yeah, like even like Matt and Jacob have met her like a couple times now, and like they're fans of her as well, and um, yeah, like it's going good. I don't know if I told you, like yeah, like I went to her parents like for dinner, um, like last week or whatever and like yeah, that went really well too, and yeah, it's been solid. So yeah. Um, they he like it was we were at the dinner table like having a formal dinner with like her brother, her sister, like kind of like a bunch of, maybe like 6 7 of us, and he's just like, so like I heard you play poker, like tell me more about that, like right at the dinner table. And I know, like, I pretty confidently kind of told them like what it is I do, and like um kind of what my, yeah, just what I kind of plan to do with it. And I don't know, like, yeah, they definitely like I mean, Melissa said that they like respected what I said and that I said it confidently, so like they liked that about it. And yeah, like that's kind of it. And yeah, like felt pretty good. So I think it's they like approve of me. She said her parents like me, so I was like pretty fired up at that. So yeah, yeah. Who, Rudy? No, come on. Oh, Duva. I think you said Rudy. Okay. Wow. Yeah, that's pretty fire. Yeah, that was Chris Brown's ex. Yeah, yeah, there was. I know. Yeah, or yeah, like Chris, I think dated her for like a year or something like that, and then, um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like, you know, I'm sure if Chris can understand that like Nick likes her and they likes her back, like, we're not kids anymore, and like maybe it's a bit of a dick. It's like with if Nick would like definitely, if you would have talked to him first, then it's like much cooler, But um, yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah. Like it's if Nick doesn't really feel that bad about it, then maybe just it's like, yeah, their friendship. Like if the girl is more valuable to Nick than the friendship, then that just says, yeah, like it just says something about the friendship, I guess. And yeah, it's like that's just like how it is. So uh, okay, she's gone now. Yeah, so she's gone now. Cool. That would be nice. Yeah. Oh, you haven't had it for a while now? Yeah. Yeah, it really is. That's a good word. It's like a fucking sponge. uh, nice. Good job. That's awesome. I def Okay. I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow when I'm like driving home in the morning or something like that. Cool? All right, see ya. Bye. Yeah, okay. So here I'm pretty much just trying to get it all in. He'll have like sevens, eights, maybe like tens or something like that. That are probably not gonna fold. Just looking to like um pile it in right away. Pair plus open enders or shit like that. Here, this actually, I like, I don't know. Hands like just not maybe good enough to be opening here. Now in this situation, I think just betting like a 40%, we can call a raise here. Yeah, I think we're just gonna be calling here. What hands does he maybe do this with? Oh, this is pretty cush, I think. But he might never fold ace of hearts or worse. These guys will have some worse flushes maybe in their range. I think we can just go like something like that. Yeah. I think just betting like that, maybe even like a little bit, maybe closer to like a 66%, but I definitely don't hate just mashing against fish and like this guy. Maybe, I don't know, like if we mix like a third pot or half pot in there, you know, because then they're like definitely, I mean, if Buddy's got two pair or a set, he's probably not going to fold though because he has equity to improve still and his ace of hearts. Like ace queen, ace jack, that might, or I don't know, ace king with the ace of hearts maybe played weird. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I think just going big probably is what Nate would do. Just gonna call here. He could definitely check back some ace jack, but I think he'll also just have. Could check back some ace king too. I don't like. I think we just go for one street on Riv maybe. And here we could actually call if he bets. And now I think is he gonna just call like a 7 or 8s? Call that much. I think we just go like this. So here, this guy looking like a, he's like regular-ish. Buddy here has been opening big every time, opening a lot too. I think we're gonna call even to the big open size here. And now I think we're just gonna tuck that here. The 3-bet from the big blind in position. It's small. I think we're gonna call due to sizing. I think Nate would say against the big size, fuck it. Here we're going to call the middle pair to the bigger size. On a card that's even good for my range and he mashes it again, we're just going to fold. This one might have been a stretch without a backdoor flush call like an ace, or I think it was all right though. 3-bet pot heads up calling ace jack for a 1/4 or one like a 30-40% bet on flop. You could have like 10 jack that just bets once, you know, or queen queen or queen 10 that just bet once, and then yeah, I don't know, and not could even be a call again on the turn when he bets that big, but we just don't have that much equity to get better. And if he has ace king, ace queen, we're losing those, and this sucks. But I think you just checked him back on the turn a lot, so could be close to a call. We could just check. This one we were gonna, I think, bet and call jam. Good 1/3 spot. Some good cards to barrel on again. You could have like 3s, 4s, 5s, 7s, 8s, 9s in this range. He'll have some like ace jack, maybe ace queen. Definitely calling the 8s here on button. Notice he went a bigger size, and I guess only 13 hands. He hasn't raised much. That's folding there. Gonna just be checking the ace-4. And Buddy had such an easy call in the big blind. His range is pretty strong here. I think we're just gonna fold even the 8s in position. If we were deeper, I would call. This is a tuck to the ball pot size bet here. Bet seems okay. Not blocking the flush draw. Realizing equity. And even, yeah, it's kind of shit. Okay, like against this raise, our hand, I think, is actually doing okay. He might raise small with like a 7 or a 6 or pocket 4s or pocket 5s, or like he's got bluffs too. Not blocking the diamonds. Us having a jack or an ace as an okay out is okay. I think we can call it with the backdoor flush as well is nice. I think our hand's just okay to continue there to the raise. And he bets so small on a card that, yeah, like he's going to interact with his raise range a lot, and us not really having that great now we can just actually fold to the small bet. On the flop, perhaps an interesting spot to go for 3 bets. I think we're going to have other hands that maybe want to do that, though. King 10, I think this board's, he could have, this guy seems to be playing all right. He'll have a lot of pocket pairs that won't fold to 1 bet. I think we could delay C bet here. If we're getting folds from a lot, though, I might be able to just triple barrel this, actually. This is a spot where maybe Matt was talking about triple barreling. If he's going to end up folding like 3s, 4s, 6s, a bunch of hands by the riv, we can actually just maybe go bet. If he's like 3-betting a lot of his best suited hands and stuff, like he maybe doesn't have that many flushes, and his sets will raise right away, so we can get those 1 pairs to fold by the riv, I think, pretty decently well. Here I think I open, then I see bet, calls, then he leads on the 6, which I don't know, maybe makes I don't know how much sense that actually makes. I never maybe really bet a 6, and I guess I might though. And I don't know, yeah, how many does he have in small blind call range? He's probably just trying to realize his equity for cheap and actually just push me out of the pot. Or for his value slot, yeah. I don't know what to do against these bigger sizes. I guess I call. I just fold. Can I fold the top pair to a half pot bet on this out of position when he bets into 2 peeps? Yeah. Ace 5 close here to the big bet. I might just call behind. Actually, it might even just be a tuck. Here I think our hand's probably pretty good. We can just go like a half pot. Here I'm just gonna size up a little bit too. Pretty sure I can actually call this. He checks back pretty good. Yeah, I don't hate calling this here. Potential to hit some nutties. 10s here. Let's see what Flopzilla says. I don't hate going bet with this ace down once he checks back. There might be some hands that he just doesn't fold that have equity. Here, what did we say? Button, 4 bet, flat, 3 bet, flat. So I guess we're just calling. And then, yeah, this card gets a lot of shit there. We're just going to check and be done. For such a small bet to turn gutter and then the backdoor flush, we're going to float the one card one time. Checking here. What hands does he 3-bet that he checked back? Ace Jack. Now he's betting to realize equity with Ace King, maybe. Could check like king queen, probably just bets and then call once here. Us blocking the fuck out of his queen tens that might check and then bet here. What queens does he check on the fucking flop? Was he going for a check raise or something? I don't know. Honestly, for this price, I might just fucking call. Does he bet ace jack or king jack now like this and expect me to call where his pocket pairs? I feel like his hand would honestly just maybe sometime go for check. I think he's been 3-betting a lot. I'm just going to call and see here. Yeah, I guess like king queen. I was thinking that in my head a little bit, having king queen there as a check, and then you could like check call down or check and then bet, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, us kind of blocking some of the queen 10 that would kind of play that way. So it's just like king queen, and then like does ace jack really do that when I can have like queen 10? I don't know. So it's just a queen, and it's like we're kind of blocking some of the ones that you play like that, and the other ones would be, yeah, sure, king queen off, but I don't hate it. He maybe decides to check and then just like bet with like random air ball once I check back. So I think our particular hand is going to be all right to call. So he'd probably just start bluffing anyway. And then here, yeah, I'm just going to 1/3, and he's got worse ace-x. We're just trying to stack that. I'll get a lot of money in versus that. He snaps, calls. Now we're chopping with ace-x. He maybe calls a 6x still. I think we can just go kind of small. And maybe he still just doesn't fold a 6x. No point to put that much money in. Just going to chop. Yeah, look at that. I wonder if ace queen is going to be good enough to put Buddy all in here. We go with something like 15 and fold if this guy jams. You got the kings. I think we 4-bet bluff this in position or out of position. Well, Do we check back or shitty king here? He's not gonna fold ace queen to a fucking 1/3 bet. He's not gonna fold queens. I think just betting a quarter or a third like that's gonna be pretty good. He'll be bet calling pre like maybe like like deuces through like 4s through 8s, which now I think on this with the gutter and then betting to realize equity and still getting all those hands to fold. I think we can bet like half pot, fold if he goes all in. If he's got like 5s, 6s, 7s, I'll call 4, 5, 6, 7s. That'll all fold now. And now I honestly don't like having king. Like he could just have called his sets, whatever. Never folding 2 pairs. He folding like queen jack or ace jack. I don't know. Probably just giving up. We got to realize our equity. He'd like probably just call his sets twice. And this guy looks like he's pretty tight anyway, so I don't hate just checking and giving her up. We tried our best. Here. Interesting spot. I think we just maybe go like a half. Nah, let's just go classic. And he could raise sometimes or something. We can just get her in. I honestly don't hate a call here not blocking either flush draw. I don't really know what hand, not now, but what hands he actually yeah, like I think I would have called or would have liked to call. We actually can have some showdown value here. And our king wouldn't necessarily always bet on this, and I don't think we're getting like enough folds. And yeah, that hand will probably fold. Yeah, maybe just like potting the turn, and then yeah, I think potting the turn versus that little smaller bet just to secure all those lower pairs of fold. I think they're probably all folding anyway, so that's kind of what we were targeting there. And then hey, we actually may have some showdown value on the river there that we can take. We safe? Nice. Is that no issues with the car? Sweet.
Winning stacks for ice.
No, but like, I feel like we're doing pretty good.
Look, buddy had a Papa John's pizza in the elevator just now.
Smell good?
And he's so hungry. Yeah.
We got a pretty neat gutter, and this raise would look like fucking retardedly strong. I don't think we're actually gonna do it though. This is just gonna be a fold. Yeah, we're just. I don't think so. The 8 of hearts is probably gonna actually end up being shit for us. If one of these guys have a FD, he bets pretty strong into 4 people, so. We get 3-bet from the big blind against a guy who has not 3-bet a single time in this many hands, so I'm going to just fold. His value is going to suffer from the fact that he has not 3-bet a single time. This hand against the fish, I think we're gonna just try and ISO him. We have like a O or a double like gutter. I think it's fine to just check this though, and maybe we can call a bet on the turn. I don't really like betting on this against two people. Although if we're getting folds from like king highs, ace highs, lower pocket pairs, it might be okay. What do you think? Bet or just check?
You ISO'd?
Yeah.
Just check. Board's too heat.
Yeah.
Delayed c-bet's gonna be such a nice line.
Better.
Yeah,
than
just
like
now. Well, yeah, now call. But if you
Yeah.
check, you just auto bet.
So yeah. It's like if we're getting folds from, I guess it's like between both of them though, maybe like probably still not getting quite enough. And now we might have showdown value against like a bear jack
Yeah.
or queen or ace high somehow or something like that. So we're just gonna take that.
Yeah. Like that.
Get a cut.
Got cut.
Nice.
Yeah, neat.
For the big show.
For the show, yeah.
You think she's gonna Hannah's gonna watch you?
I think she's
Is that a classic joke?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we're calling this in position against somebody who's 3-betting enough. If he was like never 3-betting, then we'd probably just fold. To this size, we're just gonna tuck, even to 1/3, probably tucking, even though there's some interesting backdoors. It's not quite
If the
enough.
king was the heart. Oh, or at least the king or the 7, I guess.
Show me a couple of this here. If there's any of these that this one I think was pretty like just like not 100% sure if like for a guy with 40 BBs just putting them all in.
Yeah. Holding or getting it in is
Like fold. Let me see if this guy goes on, but yeah, just for the guy for that many.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fine.
I was just trying to think, kind of like, would you or Nate just like fold here, or just put this guy all in and fold if like that guy goes and like. I don't know.
I'd probably shove ace queen there. 40 BB.
Okay. And then this one, it was kind of weird. So I was thinking like, hey, what hands does so just betting, knowing like, hey, he's gonna have maybe like deuces through like 8s, or you know, he could even have some 9s, he'll have some 10x, but maybe just betting, he'll probably call once with all his hands, and then on like a brick turn, we could probably just bet like a third again, and then go through all those hands to fold. Now I think we're just gonna be like folding here, but are you ever tempted? Like, because against his bluffs, where we just have shit equity as well, so
Yeah.
it's just gonna be a fold. But we had a hand like
What to call with like
A
9
9
plus and
yeah.
open unders. Maybe like no, that's probably pretty much it. 9x plus and open unders.
Okay.
Don't really need to go out of our way.
This one, so it's like checks through, bets half pot. So I'm thinking like, hey, what hands does he check on flop that he has in his 3-bet range? Potentially hands like maybe like an ace jack, like hands like maybe like suited like queen 9, queen 10, maybe sometimes like king queen.
Yeah. Any
and then
jack
like
X
yeah, like
is-
king jack, jack 10, jack 9.
Yeah.
So he bets half. Called. Just like, I don't know, like if he had, I guess that's the thing is like, do I think that if he had a hand like 7-8 of like hearts, he would probably just see that right away? No. So okay, I was thinking like he might have some of those like 3-bet hands that he just decides to like just delay c-bet bluffs on like a pretty bricky card.
He might rando try to bluff them on the turn.
Do I just like maximize my fold equity and go half pot on the flop here?
No, I just go third and barrel bricks. And obviously the 10 and the 8 and king are still really good.
It's be a 3-bet hand. Pretty easy, just tuck now.
Yeah.
I think this board is going to be really pretty good for me. And I mean, even for his 3-bet call range, but if we just are betting, like he'll fold out, we can fold out a shitload of like just under pairs pretty much for like this size probably.
Yeah, I think, if I didn't have the ace-x, if I didn't have the backdoor there,
The
I'd probably
backdoor?
just check fold and try to bluff later, but I think it's probably just good enough for the backdoor.
Mhm.
Yeah, the 10's hand is weird. I'm pretty tempted to actually just fold to the turn, but
Mm-hmm. He's been 3-bet, like look at his 3-bet though. He was
okay.
3-betting a lot. And that's kind of why I like.
And peel one half pot.
Yeah, and then he bets a third on the riv. It was like kind of like I was thinking like like mainly a jack because I'm kind of like he's like queen 10 that'll like pretty much always probably check. Like I'm actually like,
and you're removing all the jack 10s and queen 10s.
Yeah, which was like good for me
Pretty
calling.
huge. So like we have to kind of be putting him on more rando air balls.
Yeah.
Like the 7, 8, 8, 9.
Or if he turns
8.
like a 3, 4, 4, 5 suit.
Yeah,
suited.
4, 5. Yeah.
4, 5 being there.
Some ace-x of diamonds, I guess. Yeah, it's tempting because he's really repping. So what the fuck?
Just
He
like
could
a weak,
show up
like a
with,
queen 9 or like a jack, like an ace jack, king jack.
Yeah, I don't mind. When he goes third on riv and we're actually blocking.
And the fact that it's just 3-bet does
It's really
have.
high, and that he didn't let flop.
Yeah. For those reasons, I think pretty specifically, I looked him up and we lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing like
A reasonable hand you could have. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
it was this guy right here.
Yeah. I'd be tempted.
I was just like, hey, like I think the fact that I'm like actually like a lot of the queens and jacks he would check, I actually kind of blocking is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like his suited ones, especially, right? Like literally both of his suited, or like 2 of his suited.
And it doesn't take much for our call to be really good if he starts bluffing with a rando hand like a7 of clubs or something sometimes.
When we need 21%.
Yeah.
on the rev.
It takes so little.
Yeah.
Or if he's ever like trying to block bet like pocket 9 or something.
Sure.
But yeah.
Let's see what else we got. 3-bet this one
Yeah.
against somebody that never opens either.
Yeah, and not from big blind.
Small blind. 4s, he's gonna have a shitload of aces that just check back. We're just gonna be done with the hands.
I normally block bet these spots on the bottom left after they check back, like 1.2 or something like that. He still has some hands that improve, like 8, 9 pocket 8s that could check flop. Maybe sometimes check 6, 7, so not going crazy, but he has so much air we want to protect. So often you can block is the way to go versus like a flop check back in like big blind versus button situations. Button checks back flop. We have like any pair on a lot of boards.
Yeah.
Block. But if like say Broadway card comes on a low board and they've checked back, then going for like check raise.
Let's see what else here. Oh, here I wasn't really sure about size. I think because you're an 8, the answer would just been like just fucking go big. He leads, we call just like
yeah. When there's still 2 guys and Buddy's led flop big.
Like if you're not gonna fold 2 pair, probably still a set, probably won't fold still, and then any ace hard X, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
This I think that's something like that. Right? And this one I saw the guy. Actually, I didn't realize until I'm just checking this now. I thought this guy wasn't even in here. I thought it was heads up, but so he 3-bets call, and then I floated for the 40% on this board with this hand, even without the. I was like with the ace of hearts def, but like with this without it, like no.
Yeah, I think it's a fold call. Any ace.
Even heads. I thought it was heads up. So like heads up, would you?
Yeah.
I did think it was heads up. I didn't know this guy was in here until right now, and I was like, okay, well. In the video, it'll like I talk about that.
Yeah.
But
for what it's worth, ace queen high any suits,
okay.
Ace jack with
because we're already losing to like ace
exactly
queen,
the ace queen has like a bit more showdown value.
Yeah.
Which actually matters like
so
a lot.
Here not blocking any of his bluffs, and I think our particular hand's a pretty good one to actually call blocking some of his main value that would raise. We're going to call this. Here you threw betting this.
Yeah, that's good.
So this actually gets a lot of his like 5-7, his hearts there. So any bet we're probably just going to be folding. Let's get out of there. And here we can just go with a third or like a 3 bones, about 40-ish%.
Pretty good board. Doing actually like pretty good versus just a call on these types of boards. People
where
raise
we'll be able to
sets pretty
get
often.
like folds on later.
Yeah.
So like here, if he, I mean, he'll still be calling maybe though like 4s and 5s if I bet, or like 7s, 8s.
Yeah, 4s
as well.
and 5s for sure, and all of them with 1 club anyways. So it's a lot that'll be calling. So I'll just check and bluff like an ace,
when on a brick,
queen, or like a jack river maybe, or on a club river if he checks again, bluff because we can still rep like whatever rando 1 club hands that check back.
So now though, if he's got like a 4s or 5s or 5-6,
this is where people get so sus. We have way too much bluffs in our overcard air in our range that I wouldn't bluff here.
Yeah.
Like he'll win sometimes with like fucking ace club queen, but strong. But
to not bet.
Yeah,
issues. If I have the bluffs, then he can
honestly
call
his check
comfortably.
is whatever because we do have a lot of potential air in our range, so it's but see what I mean? How like think about your whole range when you check that. See bet 1/3 check turn there. A boatload of your range is overcards to the 10 air, ace high, king high that didn't bet turn. So like if you bluff all of them, they can literally call any pair all the time.
Yeah. What about like if I have like a hand like king with like no club?
Then you have value bets, but that's what I mean. You have to be like somehow randomized and be a little bit more selective with like your bluffs that when you bluff.
So I think this is going to be fine to just 1/3. Better than checking.
Curious to try to go for it on the monotone. Like if the diamond came and he called, going like Obora would like 1.3x pot turn and like 1 point something
so like
x river to try to get
king or ace high.
Yeah, and it's gonna be printing if and honestly like versus a non-fishy looking dude, like the regs might actually find folds in those types of spots. Who knows though?
Yeah. I had one earlier where I was like, oh, Matt. It's like, I think I'm just gonna bet 3 times here and I can go for it. And just fold it right away.
Yeah, no, flop's close, but any pair and all ace queen highs and some overs with a heart are probably enough.
This one, I thought our hand was a pretty neat one to actually go for a check raise on the flop.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
And then I didn't like the size I went on the turn here.
Got a match. Well, you don't got you got to rep like no, that's fine because you still.
But I was thinking like so if he's
still repping
go
like
ahead.
pocket tens plus or something, which is fine.
Yeah.
For the size. I like bigger. Like you with your value, you would go bigger here, but this is still like within the.
So I'm just thinking like if he's got like a6 or a7, whether I go like if I go this size, he's probably still definitely folding those. Or right. So that's what I'm saying. Whereas like if I'm going 13, and though it's like guaranteeing the folds, then that's what I want, right?
Yeah.
Like so like just
and
going
like,
bigger, and then I can like shut down more easily on like a.
And like it's kind of good too to just have a big size with your entire range.
Yeah.
Because he's still gonna have all his pair plus draws and naked draws that will call turn and fold on like a brick. So you end up like in a way you're value betting them on the turn if they're always you're just fold river. No, queen 8's an open. It's down to queen 6 suited plus from cutoff.
And no 10-7.
No 10-7. It likes the high low suited stuff.
So to me in my mind like 10-7 is better than like queen suited, but I guess
apparently yeah, it likes the high card. So
I think I'm gonna call this. Would you ever raise middle pair to that size?
Something like 4-5 or deuce 5 suited,
where you can actually
or
get a
3.
better hand.
Yeah, and like something that has a little more backdoor shit going on. The 8 side card is like completely useless.
Just check and win against like a 3 or like 4s or deuces.
I would probably have bluffed there.
Here?
Yeah, because we can get 6s through kings, like because he went small flop size. So that means he's saying he's betting like any pair.
Mm-hmm.
So he has 6s through kings. That we get to fold always. Plus, if we think about our range, like I think we're actually pretty lucky to have showdown and one there with like extremely low showdown value. But I'm thinking more of like on that particular run out when club get there, king queen get there, a lot of 2 pairs get there. We have a lot of ace-x.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard for us to have a bluff.
So to make him just fold a 10 or a jack,
or the 6s through kings, like. You know, obviously.
Oh, those.
Yeah. And that's going to be a boatload of his range. But if it's that plus, we're actually at close to the rock bottom of our range on that run out with just an ugly ass 5. Like, think about, we'll have like, I guess, pocket 3s and 4s.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd bluff those for sure, 5x, whatever. But sniffing
out.
You
mean deuces and 4s.
Deuces and 4s, yeah. Sniffing out these spots where, like, because of this particular run out, like, we end up, like, extremely far down in our range, really.
When he's betting full range for like a quarter, or like, and then can just have like 8-9 or like kind of like queen 6 or something that like against these guys who are just like not necessarily. I get what you mean, like but like I just mean like.
But at the same time, like if
so, what's the risk in, or like if we're. So I guess betting to get like let's say like 4s, 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and then potentially like queens or kings.
Yeah.
Plus any 5x, any turn 10, and any river jack.
Yeah, I think that's like
comparing that to.
I think that's probably higher EV than the showdown value. I guess if he has hands like all his king X suited and queen X suited that we do beat, it's probably pretty close actually. But definitely just like these are the spots that I like just bet very often, just because it's a perceived range thing of like what bluffs do we actually have?
Yeah.
Okay, like a 4-6 suited.
Yeah,
You
whereas
know?
you're, against like maybe I don't know if there's gonna be the difference between this and your game, but like where you're, in yours you're just gonna like check and like never, like hardly ever win.
Yeah, when I check, my opponents are gonna bluff their like king highs and queen highs very often because it doesn't look like they have much air at that point.
Mhm.
So like for me, I might incorporate some river check raises, whatever. But yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I think and that's where just like naturally it almost kind of.
I mean, you don't have to like just ship it every time. It's more just like training your mind. It's sort of like how many bluffs do I actually have in my perceived range? Like what does the bulk of my entire range look like at the river now?
Mm-hmm.
And where's my hand in it? Am I getting a lot of better hands to fold? Am I going to check down and win a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Or could the EV of bluffing be higher if I'm getting maybe like a
70,
80% of his range to fold?
Versus checking and only winning like 5%.
Yeah, it could be
that makes sense.
Close.
And it's when you have like that specific hands.
Basically like a good thing to start looking out for is finding bluffs in your range in spots where it doesn't look like you have that many bluffs. Those are going to be successful like digs to find. Like bluffing with like pocket fours there for sure.
Yeah.
And pocket dookies.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty effective. 5x.
Nice,
5x is like the right kind of border.
And you just like on that kind of a board, you're just going to want to go like pot.
I'd go something that reps like a ace-x plus, maybe 2/3 pot. You could go ham, but then you're trying to get people to fold like there, maybe some turn check back ace-x, which honestly I'd be fine if you like overbet that spot. But as far as just targeting all their less than ace-x, like
that's gonna get it done.
It's gonna be really effective.
Yeah, he just called and then we took the showdown. Like we have showdown value now. If he has like a hand like
6x of diamonds, 7x of diamonds,
I guess, or like a pocket like I don't know. I guess pocket like 5s or some shit like that would never like. Yeah, I don't know. I just decided to not.
Maybe some ace-x of spades. Yeah, there's a good amount of 10x in his range. Oh no, wait, fuck, backdoor diamonds got there. That sucks.
Yeah,
there's a good amount of 10x and a good amount of 6x and 7x of diamonds in his range. I shut down that too. Or especially with the one spade in our hand.
Removing his calls that we just beat. He'll check fold.
Or weighting his range less towards flush draw and more towards like next stuff or two.
This one I think I was actually pretty fine with. Like this guy. This guy was a fish that calls pre and small blind, and then he donks your pot. I call. And then he bets again really big. And I call.
Yeah.
And we hit the 2 pair on the riv.
Not going anywhere.
No.
Shipped, yeah.
I was right. So like now his like 6-10 and his ace-6 that we're actually beating on the river that probably like might still ship. If he's randomly overplaying ace king or ace queen, which I think is not a main point, but like him having
I could see a fish shipping ace jack here, like just sort of. I definitely see a fish it's in their realm to punt like ace jack there. I've seen that type of shit before for sure.
Combined with us now beating like a hand like 10-6 or ace-6.
If we didn't river the 8, okay.
Yeah, because like would he actually follow through? But then so it's kind of like here. Does he have still like? Check fold this. Here, let's go maybe like half pot.
I go like 1 click, 1 or 2 clicks under half pot is what the size of for sure. Yeah.
And then. And then so I mean like is he ever gonna like if I'm not and I'm also like kind of on turn why I kind of called to is kind of cool like I'm sure I'm blocking some like 7, 8, 8, 9 but then if he also just has like I'm not blocking any like king queen king jack queen jack is like kind of cool.
Yeah.
I
think
felt like
it's-
and then just on Riv, like
I'd play that the same. His mash sizing is kind of annoying, but at the same time, there's enough randomness to call, and like it's a spot where once we call twice, we look so much like ace X or better that if we didn't river the 2-pair, we can just fold everything but 2-pair plus on the riv.
Did you ever check raise this, getting a fold a 7 or a 10 right away? It probably isn't going anywhere with those.
I would just bet, I think. Yeah. Check raising, maybe more something like king queen or queen 9 with just more equity.
Just betting to bet fold.
Betting to bet fold this hand is perfectly fine. Like we don't care.
It's not okay. Yeah.
And then check raising, like obviously the nut straight and like sets.
Okay.
Yeah, the higher equity. So these like hands that have some equity but don't care about having a bet fold, like a naked gutter like that.
Okay.
I would just go and just barrel.
And when he just calls too, and then like a brick turn, like you can just go like mash, and we know he'll fold like a 7 or a 10 maybe.
Yeah, and we still have a lot of good river follow through potential when he doesn't raise small.
Yeah. But on like a king or something like that, you can just fucking mash. I think that's it. Maybe we can look up the big blinds and see what the biggest hands we lost were. It's not P9, no. We lost. Okay, that's 1, 2. I guess these were all them. Oh, this hand. Thought he played it kind of okay. So he opens. We 3. He calls. We bet a third. He calls. Jack comes, and I bet half pot. So to me, it felt like with the half pot, I'm still gonna get like the 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s. I guess 8s probably don't. And then maybe like if he just has like a random like 9x or 10x, but they probably aren't going anywhere just yet, and they're gonna be like 2 pairs or pair plus like open ender or something. But it was kind of like felt like it was like better to bet and maybe get that chunk at least to fold than to like check fold when I actually have like a equity to like. But like I guess even on like a king or an ace, it's pretty.
Yeah,
like,
it's dirty.
Here, just
ship. I'd get
this hand, right? Yeah.
8s is a ship.
Is it against that much money?
How much
when
big blinds is that?
He just opened
4.
to 9 big blinds
And
in
then,
this
I
spot.
think it's a ship, yeah.
It's pretty good, no? Or like also not blocking any of the.
Yeah, I barrel these spots a lot.
Just like half.
Like a little bit more than half. Because we still want to like rep like our 7s through aces.
Mm-hmm.
Most of his 6x would check raise flop anyway, so our overpairs are like quite in the clear.
Yeah.
He'll have his clubs and then pocket 4s and 5s and 7s, 8s, 9s in his range. Whatever. I definitely barrel those spots a good chunk.
But anyway, yeah, just didn't really know.
It's like you're barreling.
Should I just go smaller then, or like
it might even just be a check fold. It's just such a strong board and turn for his whole range equity wise. Where like he said, like our ace is dirty, our king is dirty. We're literally just.
He's always gonna be just calling his sets probably anyway.
And it might be okay to be barreling and continuing on any low card, like any honestly it's only like the deuce, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, every other card, and the queen. Every other card is
so good for me. Should I like no, I don't lead out here, do I?
What happened?
He just opened pre a call. He bets like almost full pot on flop. I call.
No. It's like it's not even really that much like better for you. Like 7, you don't really even have 7-8 offsuit. You're 7 9 suited. 4-7 suited. That's it. It's not that much of a swing. Wonder if people ever fold over pairs if you just check cram the turn there with your pair plus open under plus flush draw. You have so much equity when called, and if you're getting over pairs to fold there, it should be pretty sick. Yeah, just up and fucking hoof it there. It'd be neat.
Fold this.
Open. I'm pretty sure it's open.
Oh, it's end. Buddy, fucking limp pot.
Just talk. I don't know. What's he playing? About 3 hands on him only. Yeah. 4-way pop that. What hand were we talking about? Oh yeah, the ace king hand. Yeah, I think it's just actually a check fold on turn. These spots with the the 8-3-5, like this is where you'll get dick with and floated with a boatload. We haven't talked much about like EP and MP versus like a cutoff call or button call when you're out of position c-betting those boards. Their range is like pretty narrow pre-flop, so you're not getting much folds with a 1/3 there. So when your equity is garbage and you'll actually end up getting dicked with a lot, floated a lot, or your c-bets will get raised a lot, we should be checking flop more often.
Okay.
And we can't really get away with. We're just way overdoing it because our range is like 25%. The cold call range is like 7-8%. So right away we have to like shrink our frequencies on the flop to sort of moderate, because there's not that many hands that they're gonna see 1/3 and just pitch there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have king, queen, high, ace, x back doors, all pocket pairs, all sets are in their range.
Yeah.
You know, it's we can't really get away with it there. Those are spots where I'll check raise a lot because they'll stab their pairs and we put pressure on them. A boatload, check raise like pocket aces, pocket kings, our own sets. Check raise a hand like 10 jack backdoor flush draw that has can turn straight draws and turn flush draws to barrel on, and our 10 to jack or over cards.
Okay.
Those are like it's a lower frequency c bet.
Yeah.
Check calling more and like a good amount of check raising actually.
Okay.
In those situations.
Yeah, that could be one of the spots where we're just like
talk about more.
losing a lot of money, maybe.
But auto c betting 1/3 and
when
you're out of position on those boards.
Yeah.
Versus it's way different. The 1/3 is when like generally pretty much versus big blind when they have both players have boatloads of hands and protection is a thing with anything.
Okay.
But when you're up against a 7 to 10% narrow cold call range, that strategy will not work anymore. You'll get dicked with. Your c-bet plus not going to be auto profiting. You're out of position, betting into a pretty strong range. So it's going to be tough. You got to shrink it down to
seems pretty grim.
Yeah, def grim. But you can fuck people overstab there when check too. I'd pop. And so the check raise strat is pretty neat on those low or middling, somewhat disconnected boards as the pre-flop raiser versus cutoff or button call.
Say in this table, like here, let's say it opens to this, and you have like ace 5 suited. Are you just use same?
Same, yeah. Pretty tight.
What about like here to here?
Still ace 5 and ace 10 suited are still in there.
But like the ace 8 and stuff, you're just folding.
Yeah. Nothing. No ace deuce to ace 9 suited. It would be just the suited broadways, and then for like just ace 5 suited is it's probably like because it obviously has the wheel, and because it like if you're not like just picking like one suited ace comp, you start over bluffing those spots and having your
weight sticking to one.
Yeah. Like the highest equity one, I guess. And then like pocket 10.
Maybe it's like ace 3, ace or ace deuce, ace three, ace four, if like people aren't always bet 3-bet calling with like deuces, threes, fours, but then like fives is where they start calling it. Then at least you have like a blocker to the set, like some.
Could be. But something like that. Yeah, definitely you don't want to be going out of your way. Like it's pretty obvious. Like 3-bet a ton, like big blind versus small blind. You're not gonna be like going out of way like playing wide ranges against narrow opening ranges. Like, I mean, obviously, if it's an exploit like versus a fish who's playing too many hands, like I would 3-bet sometimes like king jack offsuit there to isolate him. If you see like a 40-35 aggro fish who's like playing a lot of hands and we want to ISO him, I would do like a 2.5x 3-bet and ISO it like wider with any suited ace, like stuff like that. But big open from a non-loose looking dude, just play pretty straightforward. Like like a 6 or 8% range in that spot. Also, like, you generally don't want to be in situations post-flop when you have a wide range versus your opponent's, like, strong, narrow range. It's just going to be...
See, this is an example, I think, of where I just, like, decided to just call instead of 3-bet. Because he went bigger?
Oh, well, yeah, no, this is adjustment's fine, because he's playing fucking 20-11 over 77 hands and 3.5x's.
Okay.
So that's perfectly fine. That's, like, on the other end of it. Where now we don't need to even have ace-5 we would normally have in, like, a 3-bet bluff range. We don't need to have any 3-bet bluff range versus a guy like that. Because he's playing so nitty, right? So you make these, like, on-the-fly adjustments. You have this standard range, aggro, collie, fish, put in a king-queen offsuit there. A nittier dude, call a ace-5 suited instead of those are the, like, adjustments that you're paying attention, really.
Yeah. Like,
he
open bigger. Hardly even raising. And he calls, and I figured I was kind of pricing to call here.
I think so.
In position 2 against both of them. I don't know how much like that is important. Multi-way. More about like hand.
It's weird. Like apparently you end up fold. Like this might actually be a fold when buddy in front of you calls, and a call when buddy folds. It's backwards. Because your equity is actually going to go way up heads up.
Yeah.
So this might be. I'm not sure.
So I hear. I'm calling. So I need 24%. Like if I have 24% against 2 ranges.
Are you realizing that equity to the river?
Well, is the hand.
Do you have implied odds when you bank some stuff? Sure. How often? Honestly, like I don't know. These spots are going to be. Like you see, we talk about these high EV, low EV spots. Spots like this are probably literally like. Is 0 EV. The cost of folding is probably the same that you make up the times when you play something. Like it's just marginal.
It's probably like right, you just literally need like 2 diamonds on flop and you just jam. It seems like pretty much like the only like situation where you actually so and then ended up like he bet like quarter pot he calls and I was like, well I need like to turn a 3 or a 4 or a diamond and then I get to just like jam on turn or something like that. Just like floated for that cheap.
I guess.
So I was thinking about this too. This has happened a few times today, where basically, like it was like a button squeeze, and like basically just ended up folding. I think Nate like folded 8s when like Nate was like here with 8s.
I think these are calls though, actually.
When it ends up.
Yeah. When now it's just
it's small
and he makes
too.
It small. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I seen Nate like do like he opened 8s here. Buddy here called, and then this guy squeezed, and Nate folded the 8s.
That's different.
Because like button has like more incentive to just call, so his range for actually 3-betting is tighter versus the small blind.
Yeah, now you're gonna be probably.
And then you have another guy to act.
Yeah, so you end up probably playing 8s out of position versus a strong range and 3-way.
Yeah,
in a bloated pot is gonna be hectic. Yeah, but it's actually better to get when your heads up. Like if the first guy folds, or you're the last guy. Yeah, you're the last guy to act and buddy folded in front of you.
Makes sense.
Or if the squeeze is massive, still just fold. If that was pretty small, call. Like all these like little things, and it'll make like logical sense actually.
What do you think about floating here?
I don't know. It's so dumb.
Did you check raise this?
You could check raise this. Yeah. Yeah, queen nine's in there.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll just blast on this. Blast.
Yeah.
Not blocking any turn spades that'll fold rev.
Go like $4.
Just
We have all flop traps that miss check raise and ace king queen way more often than him. So he's capped to like king
like a
jack.
fish. So we should just be careful. Maybe on rev.
What the
So saying these guys are fucked, man. These fish, like,
so sus. I'd honestly, I'd be tempted to
Repop
like
'em.
click it back, jam rib. No. But it's like it's so sus. But those lines, I mean, I guess look to take them versus more
More
raggy
regular
looking
players,
dude.
yeah.
They'll get a boatload of credit. You get a boatload of folds, and like you can play your value that way. Like say you check that
Yeah.
flop with your bottom set that missed thing, and you're like, oh, what who has major range advantage here, and how is my range constructed? So like you incredibly take those lines for value, and you'll get paid the times when they do actually have a king, and your bluffs will also be really good because they're folding everything but
Mhm.
king, you know. Or maybe probably just like bet normal with a bluff, and then mash when you have your value there.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not gonna fold yet for this. So he 3-bets. He's been 3-betting a decent amount.
Yeah.
We both do. Seems like a good hand to just call. Check jam. bets?
Maybe. Their betting range is always so strong.
Just bet here.
Yeah. Yeah. Having the spade, this is where like the spade.
Or is this where you go
gonna-
like this?
No,
You can't really do that.
You
Just
can't.
go like
I would
this?
just go normal though,
Like
like
this?
425. Yeah,
Just call.
yeah.
This was kind of, I was thinking like on this, like,
I don't hate a jam.
Here?
No,
No,
on the bottom
just
right.
give
I'd
up
give
here?
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give up there now. Yeah.
I think this is just a jam too.
Yeah. I like the top right just follow through. Yeah, I like the bottom right. It's if P's folding over pairs no club there, which people will probably tuck very often, and most jack X won't bet, but still we get to realize anytime there's a spot where like we have an insanely good blocker, we will get to realize our
So
equity.
blocking the queens, like the aces, have equity to basically the nuts with
and
that
all
thing.
block all his
And
nut
then-
flushes is
And
huge.
folding out like just pairs that just like bet
Yeah.
like at a pretty high amount of time.
Yeah, exactly.
So and then here,
Size up versus fucking plan.
what happened before each, and then
Yeah, we went check and he bet.
can we just fold this?
Yeah, big
With a
line.
big line,
squeeze,
yeah.
Cram this guy.
Should I do the overbet again? No, because he can have ace queen or like
He could. I like pot. Yeah, just do 7. Yeah.
it's this fucking guy.
And then,
If he like went
yeah.
all in, would you? I don't think. Could you ever fold if this guy did it? I mean, we didn't see his hand before, so we don't.
I
really
probably
know.
would fold. Just because like we look so insanely ace jack or better now. He's jamming versus already. It's hectic.
Did you ever check this?
We just ISO'd a limp.
Yeah.
No. Check 0%. Turn.
Like milk, or just check and then because he won't have that many like float bluffs, right? That'll like he'll just have like ace highs or like he'll like still maybe call like if I bet tiny, it's either like a milk or like a check and then
like a
try
check.
like for a thought
I like a
we can go for a
check.
decent bet on the river.
Yeah, exactly. And he will have some like because we bet with 30. He's gonna have like 8-10 of spades, queen.
See, almost here, it's like almost like what hands he actually betting that are like worse that would do this.
What do you mean? Oh,
You know what I mean?
well,
Like when he doesn't have like that many bluffs.
no,
really.
but there are though. He could have Queen
like
Jack
ace
offsuit,
or ace.
Queen
fucking,
10
yeah.
backdoor.
Yeah.
There are Ace 3.
Yeah.
So I mean the
Yeah.
randomness is that's like him merge betting, whatever.
This is how Taku it looks like.
Yeah. But yeah, let me
I
check in
just
the
need-
King 8 because it's one of the worst kings we'll get there with. It on the rainbow turn, it will be hard to get 3 streets,
Mm-hmm.
and then insanely easy check back turn, call river, or check back bet river quite big if you check
Quite big,
again.
yeah.
And yeah, the like it being a board where protection is not really a big factor makes me like checking a lot
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.